Welcome to the very first episode of Lake Walt. This is my latest park, and it's a project very dear to me because this is the park I've always wanted to build. It wasn't possible in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and Planet Coaster took me 2 years to actually get comfortable with. So, this park is what I've had in mind for, I think, at least 5 years now. Now, of course, it is, the whole plan, the whole idea has evolved over the past years, but having this central man-made lake, because it doesn't even, it's not even supposed to look natural, with a big manor that is the second centerpiece of the park, with the first being the Ferris wheel, and all sorts of themes and things going on. Lake Wall really is the epitome of how I imagine the ideal theme park to look like. In today's update, I guess I'll just kind of walk you through some of the areas, some of the rides and the ideas behind them, and I'll show you the area I'm going to work next on. Well, let's just start with the parking lot. As you can see, I kept it extremely simple. This is just a field with a bit of asphalt and nothing more. You see many of these type of, I just call it rural parking lots in with European theme parks, where you just literally park on the grass. And I may detail it a bit more, or I may not. I don't know. It's autumn, as you can see. We have these beautiful red, orange, yellow tones, and I'm using one of the in-game filters. I think it's sepia. It is, and this is what the whole thing would look like without it. So there's a lot less blue. There's a beautiful warm glow, and it gives this kind of nostalgic feeling. And I'm just very happy with that. Beyond the parking lot, of course, we got the big, the collector square, so to speak. This is where you would, this is where you would all gather. Then you walk underneath the canopy, get your ticket at one of the booths, and well, you enter the world of wonders. Just like that, we'll just take the fourth gate, which is supposed to look extremely opulent and, almost vulgar, all this white and gold, but I don't know, it just seems to work. You're met by Princess something. Actually, I wonder if these paths connect. And yeah, that's when you get to the super generic, odd but happy looking main street. There's no theme here. This is literally me piecing a few things together, very lazily. I even didn't bother making actual storefronts. I just used the excellent Studios Pack storefronts. Here we have the welcome committee. Okay, and yeah, that's this is Main Street. It's small. It ends up in a little terrace on both sides where you can sit down and enjoy the sights before you head to the actual park. This way sign tells you where to find the current most exciting rides. There's a photo moment here to take a picture of our very own Leaning Tower, and then of course there's the Jubilee wheel in the back. I imagine it was created, or it was built when the park celebrated its first 5 years. Now, I think we'll just take another top-down view, to kind of give you an idea of the scale. We got the Jolly Joker here, and of course this is our wonderful little backstage area. And Jolly Joker is a good old-fashioned Woody. I really like this piece, so I decided just to use it. It's very lazy not to make your own entrance, but when it's good, it's good. And Jolly Joker is a exciting Woody And you know, it's one of the first. I imagine this to be one of the first rides to be built. I think this whole corner one got there first. So you got a balloon ride, a chair swing, and Jolly Jump. The mansion, Marvelous Manor, sorry, was added much later, maybe in its 6th or 7th year, I don't know. And there's an actual backstage building, so I'm taking a leaf out of Disney's book here, where the backstage building of the Haunted Mansion is as ugly as everything you see right now. But you wouldn't know, because from the front you just have this beautiful, this estate. It wasn't meant to look scary. It was meant to, you know, had the idea to make it look marvelous and like a world of wonders. Like, I haven't figured out the story yet of the dark ride. I'm thinking of something like a moving diorama, you know, where you would literally just get to see scenes like memories of an old explorer. I haven't figured it out yet. There's the sadly non-functional balloon ride. It's such a beautiful thing, and I do hope they'll release a tethered actually working ride in the future, because it, you know, it's just really beautiful. Animation is on point. It is recolorable, and it would just be amazing to actually see the park from this angle. But okay, who knows? We got the chair swing. There's some theming to be done here. I'm not sure if I have a feeling I went overboard with the foliage here, but we'll see. At the same time, it just kind of fits, right? I don't know. Moving to this side, at the end of the main street, we got the very first structure I personally built in the park, which is called the Bahrain Beetles. The Bahrain Beetles are, of course, the bumper cars or the Dodgem cars. And I don't know, I just really felt it fitted somehow. I think it's an odd theme. This is basically a white people's approach in the 20s of the Middle East, right? This is how we romanticized everything that came out of the Middle East. Or how we imagined Thousand and One Nights and Lawrence of Arabia and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. And then you get these two little buildings that are really nothing more but a couple of walls and then some art shapes on top, where you can get your refreshments. And yeah, it's nice in the sense that it's elevated. It gives you a beautiful view on the Marvelous Manor, the balloon, the Ferris Wheel. So you know, it's a very special place in the park, and I think it'll be very popular. I haven't opened the park to guests yet, so we'll see. That's right, every day after sunset, the fantastic fireworks, and this would be the, I guess this would either be the VIP space, or it may be more, how do you say it, democratic in the sense of a first come, first go. I don't know yet, but I just like to have this little platform hanging over the water, and I think that would be a beautiful view. What I like about the lake is that it's yeah, it's very obviously a man-made lake. It was never meant to look natural. It's like there was nothing here but pastures, and then we build a lake here, right? Um, it's big enough to actually look like a solid water mass, but it's small enough not to be too imposing. You still feel like, okay, I can traverse this whole thing, right? I can walk around it. Now moving on, we've got the Green Python, which obviously, I should say, very obnoxiously obviously, is my homage to the Python in the Efteling, which we all know is the best theme park in the world. And you know, it's just the Python with a twist. I ended with this weird little 8 shaped neck breaker in the end. But it's a fun ride, it works well, it has great stats, and I'm actually really happy with it because it's such a small coaster, but because of my scale I keep everything really low. It looks very imposing. But I don't think it's even 20 meters, to be honest. So yeah, it's a fun thing. The station was modeled straight after the Bison Station in the Efteling. Um, yeah, and it just works. You know, it's a big, high capacity queue line. We're gonna have a sign here, some foliage there, and then we'll call it a day. There's some pre-custom supports, custom supporting going on here, and I decided to keep it because it looks old, it looks worn, it looks a bit tacky, and that's exactly how I like it. So I'm happy with it. Then right here is my oops, I actually have to get people on board train. Um, this well, actually, I just turned it into a lovely walkway, right? So you turn here and you either get onto the Python or you just keep walking. Walking, 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 walking past this beautiful autumn tree and the ATM machines that have absolutely no other purpose. I never saw anyone take any money out of ATM. And then you get to this very simple but kind of more out into nature landscaping here. And I utilize the Walt Disney's Go Away Green, which is this wonderful grayish, washed out green that he would apply on surfaces that he didn't want to draw attention to. And you walk up here and you got this station that is still very much in need of its own signage. And it's a beautiful, simple station. You know, it's nothing special. It's just, okay, this is where you would kind of gather around. I may or may not put an information sign here soon. The outside world is blocked by trees, and you know, you get onto the platform. Not much of a queue, by the way, but you would get onto the platform, and this is all you can see, right? You just feel like the park is far away somehow, and then you will wait for the train, and the train will come from here. So this is that overpass, right? And then it takes a rather steep route down to the station, right past another backstage area, which you wouldn't see because there's a wall literally blocking your view. Okay, let's go to the pier, the boardwalk. Sorry, there's some really basic foliage going on every now and then. I guess it's fine. I could do a better job if I wanted to, but I just don't want to. Here we go. There's a little meet and greet area where you would meet the princess. I had one there, by the way, but she quit. And then here's our very 20s feeling boardwalk with these wonderful vending machines. I got my own little vending station here, and there's another one at the other side of the park, or in the back of the park. And it has, as an advertisement, it shows you the Marvelous Manor. So I'm really curious how guests are going to interact with these machines, because, like I said, the park hasn't opened yet. There's a Jubilee wheel, there's a claw machine, you have a beautiful view on the water, and yeah, I think it's just a really nice place, right? You can just see so much of the park here, and you just really, you know, it's a place to chill out, I guess, or to watch the coaster go down, or to watch the people on the chair swing. Yeah, it's a very nice place. Here we got our own our own edition of the Little Mermaid statue, and I gave her obnoxiously blue flowers to kind of, I don't know, I guess just to kind of emphasize that this is a mermaid and there's water and these are waves, and you know, just give it a bit of a marine touch. Right, moving on. There's the 20s area that is still very much in development, and this is where I'm going to have a tower. These walls here will soon feature more of these Art Deco facades. Blue Baron is smack in the center of it all. I'm not sure yet about the base. I may or may not want to turn it into more of a permanent looking ride, because this looks too much like a carnival thing. But yeah, we'll see. One thing I'm considering is make my very own movie posters, and I would use figurines from Planet Coaster and drops and props and everything. Because the moment you actually insert real people in Planet Coaster, it somehow breaks the universe, the parallel universe that you're building, if you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, I don't know yet. This is the cinema. This is probably the world's smallest cinema, if it were a cinema, but it's a cinema. I may build it out in the back, but actually should. Okay, then here we got next to these. This is, by the way, my favorite facade. Absolutely love how that turned out, and it's my favorite, and it turned out so well because it is actually a straight copy of a facade either found in Los Angeles or Australia. I forgot, but it's lovely. Here's a garage that has a bit of sparkle going on, so I guess this be interesting for people if they were passing by. And there are some signs just to give it this real garage feeling, like Keizersgracht and Frankfurter Tor and Trafalgar Square. And I think I did this wrong, by the way. I think it'd be West 32nd Street, but okay. Here's the other station, and it features the Bahrain Beetles. I just think it looks really well instead of having them in the open. There's some glass here, but I may take it out as glass is a frame rate killer, and if it doesn't serve any purpose, you don't even see it, right? Well, you kind of see it. You kind of do. I don't know yet. And then here is, last but not least, to be quite honest, there is, it's French. It's called A Little Ride Through the Countryside, Un Petit Tour à la Campagne. And it is really just that, to be honest. Well, I mean, what else can I say? It's a very romantic looking ride. One that be enjoyed by children and parents and single riders alike. And there's just a lot to see. It's very relaxing. It gives you nice views on over the park once you cross the bridge. And it's just very relaxing. Now this part, and I'm not too sure yet about the dust particle emitter because it's a bit much, isn't it? It's more like a desert storm, to be honest. But the end of the ride is the grimy part, and it just makes you feel like you're, I don't know, like one of these Fallout games, right? And you just realize that all this pretty landscaping here is just a deception. This is where real life happens and looks shitty. You expect a dog to attack you any moment, right? And the water tower is not in that great shape because it's actually leaking water, and this is supposed to be a drainage. So you know, just kind of a, I don't know, just a very alternative ending, like a dystopian ending to such a pleasant ride. I actually don't know how people would conceive that, how they would, you know, if they would like it and what they would think of it, but, well, that's their problem. Let's see. I don't think there's anything left to discuss, to be honest. I'll be wrapping up this area before I open a park topic on Shy Guys World. So I need to build a traffic tower. This is not going to be the traffic tower. This is way too ugly. And last but not least, I'll be building the remaining 3 Art Deco facades. I'll do some more landscaping, plant a shitload of trees, create more custom signs, and then that'll be it. Thank you for watching, and please bear with me for another 1.5 minutes because what follows next is the cinematic trailer for Lake Walt. Thanks, and see you next time.